Right. Well, welcome to the one and the only Patrick Longano. He's founder of Impact and the creator of the Rotary Companion Club model, and he's one of the top experts in growing membership through innovative club structures. He is a visionary in Rotary, reshaping how clubs grow and engage through his Companion Impact Club innovation. Whether you're setting up a satellite club or looking to energize your district's membership efforts, his practical, field-tested guidance is a game changer. You will not be disappointed tonight. With that, I hand it to Amelia.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ravi. Before we get started, to give you guys some of those that are new to this is Membership Momentum. Welcome to the virtual series. This is number 4 of 5. So we have one more to go next month. You'll hear more about that later. This is a way to just keep building on the momentum of what we had for a very successful Membership Summit Roadshow in the spring. And we didn't want to lose the momentum over the summer. So Eileen Curtis, our district membership chair, and I sat down along with Ravi and said, what are the speakers we want to have? What are the topics we want to cover? So today we get to talk about creating new clubs and all of the excitement around innovation in the district, in the zone, and in Rotary. And then we'll next month wrap it up with the with successful onboarding with Patrick Longano. But today's format, just so you know, we'll hand off, and since Robbie did the introduction of Patrick, we'll hand it to him in just a minute. You can ask questions at the end, or if he allows you to do it during the session, you can do it then as well. And then we will wrap at 5:40 with him, and then I will take it back for the last 5 minutes to go over upcoming events within the district, and we'll be finished at that time. So with that, Patrick, take it away.
Hey, everybody. It is so cool when you get asked to speak with a district that you're very familiar with and you have a lot of friends there because what they've seen, um, they've been on a journey with you. And most of you know me. Some of you might even like me. Um, just being honest. And but all of you who've been here, we have kind of witnessed this and participated in this journey since we got started. So that really makes it extra special for me to be on here to kind of give you some really cool updates and how things have evolved and give you some really cool news on that. But when we first got this thing started, it started out as a different way that we could bring new membership into Rotary. And over the years, we've refined a model of a club that was Impact that we used to bring people in who couldn't come to traditional meetings. And if y'all remember 5 short years ago, I was not the most popular person on the planet when we started doing these things. But what it's really evolved into is putting procedures into place to get the kind of behavior and get the outcomes that we want. And more and more people are putting this stuff into place. The Impact evolved into Companion. And just to give you a little backstory, because like I said, you guys have been along the journey with me. After we did our first club, our Companion Club, it was a satellite. Other clubs started asking us to help them. So I would get on the phone or get on a call, and people would say, I'd say, it's a satellite. And I wouldn't even get the total word out of my mouth, and everybody would be like, no, not doing that. Bob had a bad experience. So it was a tough sell just to get over that objection. So one day I just said, it's a companion of your own club. It's used to build up your existing membership. And they went, okay. And I went, we're going to use that. So after a lot of arguments and things, Rotary telling us we couldn't use the word, it now is, pretty standard in the lexicon. I was on a phone with a club in Asia the other day, and they said, I said, what can I help you with? And they said, we were thinking about starting a companion club, and they said that you're the person to talk to. And I'm like, I'm done. It's made it all the way across all on the other side of the world. I'm good. We're totally cool. So, we did that, and now it's turned into something even more than that. We started in November, and I'm going to tell on Amelia here. But in November, it takes a long time to go from 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6. But now it's just growing exponentially. And I wrote up a proposal to Rotary International and handed it to our wonderful director, Patrick Eakes, who most of you know, the kindest and hardest working man I know in Rotary, and sent it to him and Brian King. And in February, the incoming board of directors and the sitting board of directors voted unanimously to allow us to start the North American Club Creation Team. And what that is a cadre of approximately 25 people in North America that will do what we've been doing over the past 6 years. So it doesn't matter if your specialist is in Texas and you're in Virginia, you're gonna, whenever you're ready and whenever you're prepared to need help, we're there to help. And uh, at your convenience and at your time. And some of the people you know, and some of the people you don't. One of the people you do know is at the left of my screen up there. She's the quietest person in your entire district. I mean, absolutely the quietest person. You have to kind of pull it out of her. Amelia is one of the one of the 25 that we interview, and she interviewed and did the whole 9 yards. So it is really is a a specific skill set for each one of the steps that we're doing. And I was just giving Amelia some numbers. I'm going to show you guys the app here in a second that walks your people through, or walks the clubs through the process. They had, I was giving her some numbers that we had 740 people in the room in Calgary, and 65% of the people have downloaded and booked a step one at least. Huge, huge. That's like beyond what we could ever expect. But the movement's there, and it's because of districts like yours and districts like, 7680 that really got in early and were very supportive. I've known Eileen for a long time. Always been supportive, and Amelia and Robbie and Peter and everybody there in your district has just been really supportive. So this movement and the uptick that we're going and how we're doing it is really a credit to you guys adopting things early and helping us along the way. So I wanted to thank you for that. So before I get into the app and kind of show you how we're doing it now, do I have any questions in the gallery? I'm watching chat. Amelia, help me just in case I miss
Yeah,
anybody.
I'm watching it as well. So far, I haven't seen anything pop up with a direct question.
How
So
fact.
show us what you got, and then we'll probably come up with some questions.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and show you. This is not only good for the for an app for your phone, but it is also on the desktop as well. So if you bear with me for 1 second, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and you guys will be able to see this. I'm going to sign out so you get the full kind of experience here. All right. I apologize, Amelia. I was just changing that around. Share. All right. So the most important thing is that in this process that I've learned over the last 5 or 6 years is that everybody has the same issues. No matter what Rotary Club that you go into, I always hear the same things on step one. They just want people to help them, and they don't want to have to go to 17,000 places to find it. Anybody on the call with raise their hand know where the Satellite Club application is, where they can get it online? Raise your hand. Okay, anybody that raised their hand, can you get there in less than 17 clicks? Yeah, that's
Not
one of
unless
those
you
things.
Google search it.
I mean, it's crazy. So, and then you got to make sure it's the right revision. So what we've done is we put not just the steps in here, but we put all the necessary documentation in here that you might need. And I'm going to go ahead and show you. I'm going to pull in here. Test. All right. Now, hopefully I didn't spell anything wrong. Okay, so after somebody downloads an account, this is an unlocked version. It's just a test version. If somebody downloaded the app or came here after they created their own account, this would be the only thing that they could select. Number 2, number 3, and number 4 would be grayed out. You want to make sure that for the leaders that are on this call or the people that are here from the clubs, you want to make sure that you do the process right so you don't have chaos down the road. Okay, so when you come in and you do your step 1, it's just basically a conversation and consultation. You're going to tell us what you dream of. This is good for not just companion clubs and impact clubs. This is good for standalone clubs. It's good for Rotaract clubs. It's good for community-based Rotaract clubs. We will have Interact clubs in here by August 1st. So whatever you want to do, we can go ahead and use the same process for each one. And when you tell us after in our step 1 call, when you tell us what it is that you dream of and what you want to do, whether it be a companion club or a Rotaract club, we select that in the back end and it automatically puts the forms inside the app that you might need to download, like bylaws or anything like that, constitutions, anything like that. It also downloads the information from Rotary, the exact form that needs to be filled out, and I'll show you that along the way. You guys are actually the first district that is going to be seeing the entire thing. Amelia, I see your hand up.
Did you say interact and mean interact, or did you say interact and mean Rotaract?
Rotaract's already in here.
Okay.
There's community-based Rotaract as well, or there's Rotaract, any type of Rotaract club you want, including a companion or a satellite Rotaract that you can have. The only thing that I couldn't do at the time of the launch was Interact because there will be some different privacy issues for that, and they've worked through those and are building that portion right now.
So that's legit coming like in the next month.
August 1st is the target date.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
when
awesome.
see-
Thank
when
you.
see June 24th, what you saw in Calgary versus what you're
Mhm.
going to see right now, it's crazy. So, real quick. So after you meet with your step 1 person on the back end, and I'll even show you guys the back end, they'll click the promote and that will activate number 2. So you'll be able to go in 2. You'll see here that whoever that person was chose Rotaract, and there's some sample Rotaract standalone bylaws, Rotaract club constitution, maybe some other information that you might need on that. When you move to step 3, that's where the fun starts, okay? Inside of step 3, it automatically puts your new member charter list, which is one of the forms that has to go in the exact format that it needs to go to Rotary International. It also put the Rotaract standalone application in here. The reason why step 3 is very good is because this button right here, send application or invitation. So if you are sitting there at a Discover Rotary, if you guys have Ignite, which you guys have Ignite, so you can do it that way. But if you are on this, you can go ahead and click send application and put their first name, last name, email, and phone number, and either send the application or add to contacts without sending. I usually will do add the contacts without sending. So I'm getting everybody in like one of those Discover Rotaries, man. I would just be popping that information out and having that information. And the reason why that's important is up here in the corner where the phone book is. When you click onto that, it takes 1 second to come up because it's actually pulling a live document. You can see that I've sent 1 application and we've received 1 response. Here's Tess Longano. If you had 10 and 7, it would list the 7 people that you've gotten the applications back and the 3 that haven't, and it are on the front, so you don't have to click into them, has their phone number and email address right then and there. You have not yet sent. So if you wanted to add somebody like, oh my goodness, we're going to go ahead and go Amelia. And then Amelia, how do you spell your last name? Goodness gracious. It's StanSell. Goodness gracious, that's crazy.
Cars.
And we're going to go, let's see, IPDG at gmail.com. I'm just putting this in here. And then we're going to go 828-555-7987. And I'm going to add the contact. And the good part about that is when they're there now on the share list, I'm not yet sent. When I click on Amelia, because she's so ready and I recruited her so hard on this deal, I just click onto that bad boy and I can send the application via email or text right then and there. Another reason why that's important. now that we've gone ahead and sent them, I'm gonna have to log back into the back end here so you can see this. Test user. Oh, second it taking off. Oh, goodness gracious. Fat fingers today, guys. Sorry about that. Exclamation point when you go ahead and click login here. When I go to back to step 3 and I click on the new member charter list, you see how it had that one response. It actually puts the information on the exact form that needs to go, the exact spreadsheet that goes directly to Rotary International. So when you achieve step 4, we download the form into DocuSign and it goes out for electronic signature and then straight to club and district support. So this is a far cry from even what I was doing 6 months ago, 7 months ago, where we were doing it hand delivered, and even up until the 24th when we were actually working with a couple of clubs in your district. Now it's going to be more automated and easy for your clubs to do whatever it is that they want to dream up. So I'm like, before I go over to the other section, I'd like to ask if anybody's got any questions about this, or actually any comments.
I have one.
All right, I'll take it.
In the step where you have the list of not yet responded,
Mm-hmm.
does the system do any type of drip campaign on them?
Really nice question, my friend. I dig that. What it does right now, I have a drip campaign for the clubs that are in the steps, reminders, nice friendly reminders that will say after 10 days, you know, they'll do that. I do not have the drip campaign on here because you never know what I haven't figured out, because some people will put them in there. I talked to Bob, he doesn't want the application yet, or then you've got other people who go in there and put 20 people that they want to ask but haven't even spoke with them. So you might not want that to go. It'll be a little bit more CRM-ish for me to be able to do that, but that's something that I do plan on doing because I have it on the other side, the back side of this app, and it's so easy to do. And just so you know, this is totally siloed. This is not connected to DACDB. This is not connected to Club Runner. It's not connected to anything. We wanted to build out something that can be used anywhere in the world. As a matter of fact, if you click on the cogwheel up here, you can click onto language, and we have all but 4 of the Rotary supported languages in the app. So no matter where you go in the world, they can use the same procedure. And as a matter of fact, there are 2 other zones that are most likely going to be coming on board to help the people in their zones to do it. No matter where you go in the world, it's the same steps to go in to creating any type of club. It's just putting the information and the stuff in there and helping people do it. That's it. But great question, Mike. I appreciate that. Amelia, you have your hand raised too.
We have a couple more questions that are in the chat that wanting to know from Kenny from the Manassas Club wants to know, when should impact clubs still follow classifications? And then the next one is, do most impact clubs still do classifications, classification talks that are shared with their chartering club? And then after you answer that, we'll go to a couple of the other questions.
When I first joined Rotary, they were really into the classifications. I never was, but it's a personal preference, and it's going to be your club's personal preference. One of the great things about this process is we don't tell you what to do. We keep you on the procedure to get the results that you want, but it's every single club is autonomous and gets to decide what they want. I had a club the other day that said that they wanted these folks to have at least one in-person meeting every single month, and then a large service project. And that's how they did their impact club, which is a type of companion. So Kenny, we work on that as we work through the system, because you'll have some people that say, hey, we want to make sure that the companion does it this way. And then that's just something that we work through during the process. But me personally, I don't do that. but other people find that a must for them. And however they want to serve is how we cheer them on, no matter what it is. And we set the procedure in place to make them be successful. I hope that's an answer that satisfies you at this point.
And then the next question that is in there, also from Kenny is, and fair warning, they have an existing legacy club and they started their impact club last summer. So they're working through some of the different questions and stuff as they're kind of figuring out how does this all work together? So they have a club, they're just working on how does this fit?
Sure.
The next question that he had is, do you recommend keeping the due structure exactly the same, less meals and venues, so keeping the core operating costs the same, or do you recommend it being completely different? And if so, how would you make those changes? What do you see across all the impacts that you see?
In 6 years, I have a live document of the top 20 objections. Okay, and they get updated all the time. Number 1 is money. Number 2 through 20 is something else, but it's money. So I'm glad we got this question, so I can address that. Jim, I got Jim laughing. That's all I needed today, buddy, right there. But no, it's I'm glad we got to address that question because again, it's up to the club to decide. Okay, you're going to have some people. I've been on calls with you, and I'm just being candid with you. I've had some people not do a companion club because that group, the companions didn't pay the $25 Christmas club thing. And that was the thing that broke it because there were a lot of people. They turned away 47 Rotarians over $25. I would have figured out some way to make sure that got paid. You know what I mean? But that's one of the things that and I've got stats on this. Kenny, I love this. It takes an average of 7.12 minutes, a little over 7 minutes into a step 2 before the money question comes up. That's on average. So we know it's there. We know it's there. So we bring it up now. And how are you going to do dues? I think that's a great place to start where you put it. They're not eating. So there you go. They're not coming to the physical meeting. So there you go. But if your base rate is good, then I would suggest that. Now, I was in a club in Western North Carolina, and I don't know if y'all know where I live, but it's like where they invented moonshine and NASCAR, about 3 miles from where the pavement ends. And my dues every year were $1,375 a year. That's including meals. Now, remember, Rotary is not expensive. Meals are expensive. You know what I mean? That's what usually gets people. So if they're, Kenny, I think that's a great place to start. But we can drill down later if you'd like to. I'll be giving a booking link too. So if you need some more, drill down on that, we can. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I think that's all I see in here for right now, but that would be great. Thank you.
Fantastic. I appreciate that. All right. So what I did is I showed on the steps right there exactly what you'll be able to do. Several things on this. You'll be able to click on messaging. It has a message system in the in the system. So before you book a step 1, all messages will go to me. After step 1, it will go back to the person that you spoke with last, the expert that you spoke with last. So if you're in a step 1 and you're in between that and a step 2 and you're talking to your board and you got a question about this or got a question about this, you can just click on, and it's in-app push notifications will allow you and tell you, get you to somebody very quickly to answer a question for you. So how many people would love to do something like this if they didn't have to do all the cruddy, admin paperwork and all the other stuff? Yeah, makes it a whole lot easier if you don't have to worry about that. So when you do this, that's exactly what we do. And we've just automated it a little bit more. But when you have people like Amelia, people like, Todd Shepard and Sean Sawyer and, Laura Carey and people like that that are experienced in creating clubs, who best to walk alongside to help you do that. Now, anybody have a companion club here or a satellite club here on the call? Raise your hand so I can see you. That's great. Now, And has it helped your club grow? Because we all know that companions and satellites count for the home clubs thing. Have we seen our clubs grow by using that? Fantastic. We've got Cindy there. Hi, Cindy. It's good to see you. I didn't see you before, sorry. But the other is the thing that I want to make sure that we talk about is how it can help you to retain. Has anybody who doesn't have a satellite club or a companion club on the call, did anybody lose anybody at the end of the year to life reasons? Like they started a job or did this or, got a new grandkid or, that sort of thing? We all have. If it wasn't this June, it was definitely in December because it happens all the time at 16%. That's, attrition, that's where it's at. Now think about if you had a companion club that was attached to your home club that you can say, instead of leaving, here's an option for you. Why don't we slide you over here to the companion club? You can serve at your time and at your pace. And then when crazy life changes again, you're right there to slide back over if you want to. Do you think that you might have been able to save one or two of the people that left? And it's as much about retention and engagement than it is about growth. It really is a product that Rotary's had in its tool belt since I believe it was 2013, wasn't it, Amelia? And when we started doing this, like, kind of like expansive out from where we were, there were 231 companions or satellites in North America, all of North America, since 2013. It's the best. And if it's the best tool in the tool belt, why didn't it work? So now we've changed the name up a little bit. We've opened up the doors, allowed people to be creative and innovative clubs. Anybody doing a cause-based club here? Any like cause-based club, like an environmental club or anything like that?
We only have one in the district. I don't see anybody on from our peace building club, but we do have a cause-based Rotaract club that just got started this year.
Fantastic. That's great news. Those make great companions. Peter, I see you, and I'm going to come to you in 1 second. Cause-based clubs make great companions. I don't know if you guys remember, but way back in the day when the ICA movement first came out, it was all about the cause-based clubs. And, I kind of shied away from that a little bit, only because of numbers and sheer percentages. If I'm in the county where I'm at and I did an educators club, there's only 1,400 people that are educators or educators adjacent that I could, recruit from. That doesn't bode well for future recruiting efforts. So what I did was did a service-based one where I could recruit the educators or I could do that. But if you're thinking about doing a companion club and your club is, big on environment or education and literacy, a lot of ones that are out right now is food insecurity. Amelia, I don't know if you know, but we just did a standalone club inside a food bank in East Tyler, Texas.
Well, I was going to tell you, I was going to ask if we have time later to talk about that and the ones at Goodwills. And so you can come back to that, or if you want to do it now, I think those are two exciting opportunities. And a lot of people, I think, can look around their community and see those types of opportunities.
Yeah, and I think, honest to goodness, you can make good companions out of that too. You don't have to have a standalone club. That just happened when we were doing it, and we did Discover Rotary and had 27 people sign up instantaneously. So the district governor and the people that were organizing decided it'd be best to do that and then do companions at the other two food banks off of that. So there's not a lot of things that you can't do to do that. There's folks that did a with Goodwill Industries that is an absolute game changer for their area, and they pay portion of their, maybe I can't remember exactly the amount, but they pay a portion of the people's dues to belong to Rotary. So it's a good program. Whenever you're out there looking, is Barry Gordon on the call?
He's out there.
There he is. Green shirt, Mr. Green Shirt Barry. Barry will send me an idea a week and say, have you heard of this? Do you think we can do something like this? And every single one, I'm like, Barry can spot that sort of thing. He's your innovative club advocate for your district. So he's always on the lookout for the stuff. He's one of the best I've seen. So if you've got any questions on, can this be a Rotary Club? Barry will show you how that can be a Rotary Club pretty quick. And everybody's got Barry's number. I'm pretty sure of it. So I got him laughing too. So that's good. Peter, you had a question, sir.
Yeah, just a quick question. Is the prospective members sub app in Ignite, is that tied into this link? So if I have someone fill that out on my phone and I hit submit, will it go into here? So whoever is doing this will get it, or do they have to transfer the data themselves?
They would, what I would do on the data here, if you use this, I would do just a quick upload into the system to avoid any kind of appearance that there might be any kind of, everybody here knows that I'm part owner of DACDB. I didn't want any kind of thing. My membership thing and my DACDB thing are two totally separate things. So this is totally siloed so they can use it anywhere in the world. If you do use this, we have a very simple procedure where you can upload it into there. If you do use Ignite, because your district does, I would do my prospecting out of there because it will drop in and do the exact app that you want to, and then it will be easily transferable to the exact forms, which is the way that we did it before, Peter. So I was showing you this because if you're out at a Discover Rotary and you want to do it, that's great. But you brought up a very good point. If you use your prospect, where we are just prospect is somebody who has not received an application. You're just brainstorming potential. You've sent the application and proposed, they've returned it. If you use the 3 Ps at CRM and DACDB and you use Ignite, that's the way to go there. But for all those who don't, here's a different way that they can pull it out of their pocket and use it right from there. We wanted to make sure that it was accessible to everybody.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, sir. Great question. What other questions we got? Ooh, wow. I wowed him so much. No questions. That's absolutely crazy. I'm glad this is on tape. So we can, no, I'm teasing. Y'all know me. I'm a little crazy, but it was great. Eileen, how'd you guys wind up last year? Oh, you're on mute.
The numbers are not yet available until August, but I think we're going to come in well. We had an amazing, and thank you, Amelia, for pushing this with Frank Ramey, but we have a brand new club. And I talked to him, Frank, at the awards installation on Sunday, and he said that I think they are reaching close to 69 new members in a new club. Isn't that amazing?
It really is. And yes, I processed those applications and it was a lot.
And they're
So,
still
good,
flowing
and
in, baby.
they're still flowing in, baby. I
They're
love
still flowing in. We've had 6 more in the past week, so it's
I
still
love it.
flowing.
Well, I'm going to put 2 things up on the screen here for you real quick. If you're interested in downloading the app to walk your club through, this is Apple. So anybody got an iPhone, if you want to scan it,
Yeah.
you can download the app. And then I will put the best up, the Android, here in 1 second, as soon as our Apple friends are done. I tried to put it on one screen, but when I went to do it on my phone, it got confused at which one I wanted to do. Okay, everybody got it for iPhone? All right, and then we're going to go right here to Android. Don't let them beat you out now, Android folks. There we go. All right, so if you want to download the app and just get any kind of information, doesn't cost your club anything. It doesn't commit you to anything. It's a sit down and say, hey, let me give me some more information. So like Kenny, be more than happy to help you. If you have a club that needs a kind of a refresh or anything like that on the recruiting portion, we'll be more than happy to help you with that as well inside the app. It's called the Club Refresh that we can do. All right. Perfect. Look at this perfect timing. 5:35. You told me to kick it back to you.
No,
And
wait,
then-
Patrick,
Yeah,
would you
oh,
put
okay.
it back up for the iPhones, please?
I
It
will
was a
do
little
so.
fast for me.
Oh,
I
no
will say
worries.
it's also in the App Store. So you can go to the App Store and put in North America Club Creation, and it'll pop it right up. You'll see that pretty little tree that Patrick's friends created for him. So it's out there as well. So if you miss it with the QR, especially if you're on recording and you're going, I listened to it, but I didn't see it, you can find it out in the App Store too. At
Yeah.
least in the Apple
Quick-
side. I assume.
Quick
Google Play.
logistical question. We have to set up a new account, right? It doesn't connect to DACTV Ignite or anything. That's new.
No, no,
Okay, gotcha.
unfortunately, and you guys have been such great Deck TV supporters, and I really do appreciate that. But there are places around that go, why can't we have it separate? So that's what I did
Okay.
here, and
Gotcha.
there we go. Now I've got a plan to address that, of course, where it'll be accessible, but still make it flow a little bit better for everybody. I just need a couple more weeks to be in Evanston, and then we'll be good to go, I believe.
So Patrick, question for you on when I go out, this is maybe I just need to take this offline, but when I go out to the profile for mine, how do I change my position has me as general member and then it still has me as DG and so on. How do I go in and change myself or make things updated?
Well, you will have a different view
Okay.
as IPDG, just like Ravi does, and your ICA person, and Peter and Eileen. Your district will have a different view on
Okay.
this. So, and when we get off of this call, if you guys hang tight for about 5 minutes, I will give you, I will switch your viewpoint over so you can see that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you, Patrick, for this. I'll say, does anybody else have questions? Don't hang up yet. Anybody else have questions for Patrick? This is fantastic. It's exciting. It's exciting to see that we can use this for growing new clubs, for retaining members and being able to start a companion club for those people that life just happens to. They can't make, for me, it's Thursday at lunch anymore. So our club, we didn't do it as a companion. We just did an alternative meeting place and time, but to be able to hold on to those members, to meet them where they are. So we don't just lose them because their schedule changed or their life changed. So look for those opportunities in your club. If you're starting to see a pattern, whether it's your own members that are not as engaged, or maybe it's you're asking new people to join, but they can't do it because maybe it's the time, maybe it's the food, maybe it's the whatever. Look at if there's an opportunity to do a companion club. Know that now after the 1st of July, so we're past that, it only takes 15 members to start a new standalone club and only 8 members to do a companion or satellite club. So keep that in mind as well, that it doesn't take as much as it used to. There's tons of opportunity. I'm here to support. Eileen's here to support. Barry's here to support. And the whole North America Club Creation team is here for you. So there are tons of resources. When you download the app, one of the first things it says is clicks right there and says, go on to Calendly. When can you schedule appointments? If you go on there today, there's a bunch of appointments available for tomorrow that you could say, hey, I'm just dreaming. I'm dreaming about a Rotaract club. I'm dreaming about a Rotary club and adding a companion. What if, how? So, and that step 1 is all about dreaming and you laying out what you'd want to see in your club. So it's pretty straightforward. It's exciting. It's really an honor to be part of this new club creation team for myself, but to really be able to help our district get there and be able to reach more people in our communities through new club creation. So as you have those opportunities, reach out. We'd be happy to be able to help you and your club along the way. So if you have questions later, go ahead and stay on, but I'm going to take it back and share my screen again and walk you through some of the upcoming events here in the district. So as you all know, district conference is coming up on October 4th, 5th, and 6th up in Washington, D.C. You can still register. There are still tickets available. It is going to be an amazing, amazing conference. District Governor Mandy and District from 7620 and District Governor Ravi from our district have been working very hard on putting this together. Speaker announcements are coming out almost daily now. If you watch it on our Facebook pages, or on Instagram, you'll see speakers as they're coming out and topics. There's just some really cool stuff going on. That's in October. Sooner than that is in August. On August 17th is the strikeout polio game with the Nats versus the Phillies. So there's tickets available for that. They're only $65 a ticket. A portion of that goes towards in polio now, and a chunk of it also goes towards concessions. So it gives you a chance to be able to go hang out with some of your fellow Rotarians and enjoy some fellowship. There's also coming up, as I said earlier, one more in our series for this summer of the membership momentum virtual series. I said earlier, Patrick Longano twice. It's not you again, Patrick. This Patrick, it's other Patrick. It's Rotary International Director Patrick Eakes. He's going to be coming in and talking to us about how do we do a better job of engaging our members right from the start with better onboarding, better mentoring, all of those things. Those are bringing in new members. How do we get them integrated into our club, whether they're coming in as a satellite or a companion, or they're coming in as a traditional member? How do we get them as part of our club to get engaged right from the start, to get it so they have a better experience with us? So that's coming up on August the 19th. Hopefully you'll tune in then. And in the meantime, go out and unite for good. Have a nice day.